Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My dear Islamic brothers and viewers, inshallah today we will investigate the clarity and the purity of drinking water, which contributes to human health. Now, as you can see on my left, I have normal tap water, and the second I have Highland spring water, and then we've got Volvic, we've got Buxton, and we've got still water, which is produced by Asda's, and then we've got Pennine Valley. This is one of the Yorkshire waters, I think. So we're going to put these to a test and see which is more pure for humans to drink. So just before we do the test results which we get from the results will be from total alkalinity, which is the range of 120, as you can see in the grid. So if I get that color, this means the alkalinity is good. pH level should be 7.2 to 7.6, and if I get these two colors, that means the pH level is good. So on forth, we're looking at hardness, lead, copper, iron. We see the grid, but slowly but surely, hopefully, as we do the tests, we will explain what is good for you and what is bad for you, and then we'll know that which drinking water is good for us and which is not. So first of all, the test that we're going to do is the tap water, which is our home water that we drink normally, and hopefully we'll be able to see the results of that. Easy and accurate. So you just dip in for 2 seconds, and then we'll just go by the results by matching the colors, hopefully. So 1, 2, I take it out. Now I'm just checking the results. So total alkalinity is 0, pH level is 6.2, hardness is 25, lead is round about 20, copper is round about 1, and then we've got iron, which is 0, mercury 0, the other one is 0, bromine is 0, nitrate is 0, and nitrite is 0, and then chlorine is 0, and then we've got fluoride, which is around about 25. We've got about 25, and then we've got which is 10, which is sulfite. Okay, so this is the tap water which we'll go through, and we'll explain what these are in the results. Okay, after testing the tap water, I'm going to go through the chart. So the first test result we got was the total alkalinity, which was 0. Okay, and when it's supposed to be 120. Now what it says about alkalinity: high alkalinity is good for aquatic life, keeps the water safe for us to drink. So the more higher, the more better. But here in tap water, we've got 0. Okay guys, we're going to test the second result, which is the pH level. So the pH level we got was 6.2 in the reading. So when it's supposed to be in the average of 7.2 to about 7.6 average. Okay, so we're looking if the pH is high in the water, is becoming too alkaline, it reduces the effectiveness of the chlorine. Water with pH that is high also can cause skin rashes. Okay, so like eczema, things like this. Okay, when your blood is too alkaline, it is called alkalosis, respiratory acidosis, and alkalosis are due to problems with the lungs. A low pH means your blood is more acidic. High pH means your blood is more basic. So slightly the higher is better, but it has to be in the range of the 7.2 to 7.6. Okay, the next test result is regarding the hardness of the water. It's supposed to be 50 to 125. Okay, so we only got 25 in the reading in tap water, which is lower than 50. It is mentioned regarding hard water. So I think the more higher it is, it causes build up, leaving behind residue, hair losses, dry skin, itchy scalp, increases the risk of kidney stones, bumpy patches on the skin. So the average rate is supposed to be what I've just mentioned, 50 to 125. The next is lead, which we've just tested. Lead in the reading we got 20 when it's supposed to be 0. So lead is due to plumbing, so any particles that come from the pipe, which is very contaminated, it contaminates the water supply, meaning it poisons in a way. So what are the harms? It can lead, it can affect child growth, behavior in children, ability to learn. High toxic lead symptoms include abdominal pain, constipation, inability to have children, headaches, tingling in the hands and feet, like most of us have sometimes when you wake up in the morning. So if lead is high, which we've got 20% in this, 20 in the reading, so meaning there is some kind of toxic in the water, in the tap water we've just tested. Okay, the next reading we've got was the copper, which is supposed to be 0, but we actually got 1 on the copper, as you can see. So there's some kind of copper in there, in the tap water. This is a metal existing in environment as mineral in rocks and soil. So a high level of copper will leave a metallic or bitter taste. Okay, the water is not safe to drink if the copper is high in there. It can cause vomiting, diarrhea, gastric, stomach complaints and headaches. So the next one we're moving on to is regarding iron. So iron is supposed to be 0, and in the tap water we found 0, which is quite good. But the causes of iron can damage healthy skin cells, can lead to wrinkles or eczema. So these are the causes of this. So the next result we got was mercury. Okay, so and it's supposed to be 0, which is another good thing we found in the tap water. So the meaning of mercury in this is naturally occurring metals, basically. That's what mercury is. The chromium in the result is 2, and we found in the tap water it was 2 as well. So there's no harm in there in chromium, and I couldn't find any information on chromium. Maybe you can investigate and find more information regarding it. The next one was bromine. That was 0, and in the reading, in the test results, we got 0 as well. This is a chemical element. If there was something in there, then obviously there would have been a chemical element in there. The next one is nitrate. We got 0 for that, 0 for that. And this is a compound formed naturally when nitrogen combines with oxygen. Okay, the next one is nitrite. We got 0 reading on there, and it's supposed to be 0 as well. Inorganic, highly chemical, soluble in water. Residual chlorine is supposed to be 0 to 0.5 or to 1. Our reading test results we got was 0. So this basically determines and tells us amount of chlorine that remains in the water. If there's more chlorine, it causes skin and eye irritation. Coming towards the end, fluoride is supposed to be 0. The reading we got approximately 25 to 50. Now, what is fluoride? What does it do? 5 million people in England live in areas that have drinking water polluted with fluoride. Too much fluoride can damage bones and joints. Right, the last one. So we're coming to the end of our 14th number test. So sulfite is supposed to be 0, but the reading has shown 10. This is harmful to human health. So it is mentioned regarding sulfite is found in most natural waters, also enters water supply through industrial waste. Sulfite is found as a dissolved of rainwater. Large amount of sulfite in drinking water can cause a laxative effect, dehydration and diarrhea in infants. Stinks but makes your water taste bad. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to test all the waters. So the Highland Spring, the Volvic, Buxton, still water from Asda's, Pennine Valley, Yorkshire water from Home Bargains. So what I'll do is, to save the time on the video, I'm going to go through all them, put all the results on the paper, and then quickly go through it with you, and then tell you which is the best water to purchase in the market. Right guys, here are the test results. Obviously the best water that was coming, but the only downstream was the fluoride on the Pennine Valley, which is from Home Bargains, which is this bottle here. If I just show you, so if you see, Pennine 1 is 50 fluoride in there, which is bad for the bones. That's the only downstream on there. The second best that I'm getting is the Buxton water, which is from Asda's, which I've found to be the most good results on there, because it's supposed to be 120, where just about 80 is meeting point to come to 120, and then 7.2 is in the range of the pH level. Hardness is fine. If I look at the hardness on there, the hardness should be 50 to 125. Apart from that, copper is 1, is minor, rest of that is 0, and fluoride it doesn't have in there, and sulfate it doesn't have on there. So that's, I think, to go with Buxton water is my best option. I hope this has helped. By all means, don't go by everything what I've said. I've only just gone by my learning experience. If you want to do your own research, by all means, do purchase one of these, which you can test the water yourself. It's called 14 in 1, and then easy to test, fast and easy and accurate. And you get 50 strips in there, and basically color coded, very easy to follow, which you just match the colors and it tells you what it's got inside it. The tap water, what we've discussed, obviously the results are on a different page. I obviously there is a lot of if I can just find out what we got the results of that, and I can just probably mention them to you as well. Yeah, so you can see the tap water, it doesn't have any alkalinity. pH is 6.2, hardness is 25, it's not even in the range of 50. So lead should be 0, is 20 there. Copper should be 0, which is 1, which is minor, is fine. Iron 0, which is, that's okay. All these are fine. Nitrate, nitrite 0. Resident chlorine, which should be 0, which is fine. But fluoride, it has quite a bit of fluoride in there, which damages the bones, which we have to be careful of. And then we've got sulfite, which should be 0, but it has 10 in there. So I've already discussed the points of each one. So I hope you found this video helpful. So inshallah, all the best. Take care then.